first of all, congratulations on the release of the album. I know it's something that your fans have been looking forward to, but fans of music in general, I think, have been looking forward to this because there's been a lot of growing up since 2019 with your debut album. And I'm curious, to me, the true test of an artist is that period between the first and second albums, that growth period between that first and second. And I'm curious as to, what the difference would be that you could explain, in your opinion, that you hear between the first and second album.
It's a big, I don't know, very, very, judgeable thing is the first album to the second album. I would agree with that. I don't know, things that were like, I would just say that I and my brother also, we didn't try too hard that it was forced, but I feel that we did a really good job of making an album that wasn't the same as the first album and the same things because we're used to them, because it's really easy to do that where you go like, I know that this did well, so let me just like remake this song, remake this video, keep looking the same way, because we get into this like habit of this worked, so I'm never going to do anything else. Because I understand that. I can completely understand why one would do that. But I and Phineas both, we felt that it was really important to not just stay to what we were used to and that we knew would work, right? We wanted it to be a little different, but not too different that it feels like a different artist, feels like a different person. It still feels like me, but it isn't this exact same. And I feel that we did a really good job of that. Like, in my own opinion, for myself. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me. I don't really care. I feel happy with the kind of growth feeling, but also it doesn't feel too far away from my first album,
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said for, not wanting to play it safe. There's nothing wrong with that. There's something, attractive, I think, in the danger of doing something different and not staying safe and not being what you were the first time around. And I watched the documentary with my wife the first week it came out, and first of all, it was phenomenal. I've recommended it to so many different people, fans of music and just fans of yours. But I think that there are two things that stand out to me about you. One is the mystery. I love the mystery about you. You never know what you're going to get with Billie Eilish. And two, you're unapologetically yourself. You're super confident. You don't make any apologies or say sorry for who you are or what you say or what you do or how you dress. And I love that about you. But what I found myself forgetting throughout this entire documentary is that you're still just 19 years old, and you come off so much more older than you are. And I'm sitting here wondering if I can forget that. I'm wondering if you ever have trouble, forgetting that you're still just 19. I mean, you live and work in a world where people are expecting you to do and say and look a certain way. And you live in a very professional, let's face it, hard ass kind of world. But you're still just 19. Do you ever find yourself losing the fact that you are still just 19 years old? And what do you do to center yourself and bring yourself back to reality?
Dude, every day of my life, I think about it and forget. I mean, I literally forget all the time. And I mean, I was just saying this because I was rewatching the doc, and like, I realized that I was like mourning this version of myself because I was like, oh my God, I miss that phase in my life, and I'm not that person anymore, and I'm so old now, and I'm not young anymore, and I miss when I was in my this or that. And I literally was sitting there and I was like, wait. Like, I was literally thinking all those things, and then I was like, hold on a second, you fucking idiot. This was literally a year ago. 2 years ago. Oh my God. And I'm not even 20. I'm literally not 20. And I think about my past as if it was, back when I was a kid. And I'm literally still a kid. So yeah, I think about it all the time. And the internet also doesn't ever think about it too, because they just don't.
Internet's a dangerous place, Billy. It's a dangerous place.
It is. But also, thank you for all those things you said. That's so nice. That's so
You're
nice.
very welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome. What's the last year and a half been like for you? Because we've caught up once or twice, but I would imagine for somebody like you, shutting off the pressures of a record label and a management team and the pressures of the world, expecting music at a certain day and a certain time and certain tweets and certain looks. I would imagine with all the negative that came with the past year and a half, there was some beauty to it for you as an artist, and, you know, maybe just you and your brother as artists to just sit down and create without any expectation.
Yeah. It honestly, I mean, last summer, even though it was so awful what was going on in the world, and I wish that I could go back and make it not happen, you know, it was happening. And we did have that time off, and luckily we all didn't get sick and we were okay. But we had time, you know, and we hadn't had time in like 5 years, you know? And those 5 years were since I was a young teenager, you know? So it's not like, you know, the middle of your life and it still feels like that before the break, you know? But for me, it's like the difference between when I was like 13 and 14 is really, really different than 18 and 19. Um, and we kind of just took advantage of it over the summer, and it I mean, I'm pretty grateful for it, even though I also wish that it hadn't happened. I am grateful for the time that it gave us and the kind of freedom and just like room to breathe that it gave us. And just, yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have made this album if it weren't for the amount of time that we had, and the just like literally room to breathe that we had.
Yeah, there can be beauty in the darkest of times sometimes, and I want to talk about performing. Are you nervous to get back out there and go on tour again? Is there a nerves?
I am so excited. I am also nervous just because it's been so long. It's gonna have been almost 2 years, dude. Like what the oh my god. I if you told me that we wouldn't be able to tour for 2 years when COVID started, I would have probably jumped off of, like, actually found a cliff and jumped off of it. Honestly, I wouldn't actually be able. That's see, this is why I don't want to know the future. You know, part of me wishes that I could know the future, but if I knew it, then I would just have to throw myself in front of a train. You know.
Well, let's talk about the future. And I want to get this right. September 3rd. I need to make sure I say the title of this correctly because I don't want Mickey Mouse coming after me. Happier Than Ever, A Love Letter to Los Angeles, the concert film, I'm going to call it an experience, on Disney Plus September 3rd. The first and only time Billie Eilish will be performing the album in its entirety and in order. It sounds pretty damn epic. Are you much of a perfectionist at all? Because this is one of those situations with that kind of titling, little intimidating, and it has that feeling of you're only going to get one time chance to do this, so you better make the most of it.
Yeah, I definitely, it's very intimidating. I mean, it was so much work you would not believe. um it was so much work. Oh my god. But it's amazing, and it's something that like I can't tell you how badly I wish and wished with my last album that my tour and my show and every performance I ever do could be every single song on the album in order. What's the harm in that? Like I used to be like, why do people perform songs out of order? Because I'm such an album person. Like I love albums so much that you know, if I love an album, I literally want to hear it like the way that it's been made to hear. And that's how I make my albums. And so to be able to do that, which is something I've wanted to do since I've started making music, is really incredible. I've never done it before. I probably won't ever do it again. I mean, unless I really want to really bad, which I kind of do. So I might have to. But it's really a thing. It's kind of just like a once in a lifetime thing, especially because it's at the Hollywood Bowl, empty Hollywood Bowl. We shot overnight, 4 nights in a row. And with the, you know, LA Phil and Gustavo Dudamel, I mean, come on, that's literally a fever dream.
I mean, you say you wish you could do it over and you know, do it another time, but according to Disney, you can't. It's the first and only time, Billy. So, I mean, you're not going to be able to if you want to.
There you go. There you go.
Couple quick ones for you. We do a game called Choose on This, and a lot of artists have played: the Jonas Brothers, Katy Perry, Cardi B, to name a few. I'm going to give you some quick one or the other type of Q&As, and you're going to answer as honest as you can. If you feel like you want to go into it and explain a little bit, feel free. If not, you want to leave it as a mystery, as Billie Eilish, I'm assuming, would like to, Feel free. Here you go. 1 week without air conditioning in the summer or 1 week without heat in the winter. Which do you think you could handle better?
Oof. Well, I grew up in a house that didn't have air conditioning at all in Los Angeles, so I am very capable of that. Um, so that, yeah, probably that. Because also my favorite thing in the world is when it's cold to be somewhere warm while it's cold. And I don't want to be freezing my ass off. Like being hot, like you can at least just like handle it and just lay there and sweat and die. But I've lived it. I could do it again.
You might be able to. I can't. There's no way. It's covered in dried, salty sweat. No thanks. I'm good. I'll warm up with some blankets. I can handle that. Which of the following would you be able to trust yourself more to do? Changing a flat tire or jump starting a car?
I think jump starting a car. I feel. I'm not even gonna elaborate. I just have a feeling.
Okay, fair enough. And finally, going back to Disney, the last one here. Everybody asked the question, which Disney prince or princess would you be? I like to go the opposite way. Which Disney villain would you love to be? Because there is positive in Disney villains. Like for me, I don't want Gaston's cockiness, but there is a confidence to him. And I would take a little bit of that confidence that Gaston has. So which Disney villain, Billie Eilish?
Oh my God. Is he the one in Aladdin?
No, he's Beauty and the Beast. Jafar is Aladdin.
Jafar, dude. Jafar. I don't know. Jafar's got like a intimidating but like cool vibe to him. I don't know. Is that Disney? Scar. Yeah. Scar is like my favorite villain in the world. Dude is hot as hell.
Oh, okay. That's the best way to end the interview right there. All right. Billie, thank you so much. Can't wait to actually see you physically in person, both up on a stage and hopefully backstage for some Q&A as well. Thank you for doing this. Best of luck moving forward and congratulations, girl.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks.
Talk to you soon. Bye.